Put that pistol to my temple and pull the trigger. I've got nothing left to lose anyway. Those were the words Special Warfare Operator First Class Thora Brenvik spoke to Commander Reeves when he pressed his M17 against her skull, trying to force her silence about the $3 million in stolen equipment she'd discovered. He thought a female SEAL was just another sailor he could intimidate into submission. He was about to learn why the trident on her chest meant she'd already survived worse than anything he could imagine. Special Warfare Operator First Class Thora Brenvik stood at attention in Warehouse Seat, Naval Base Coronado, feeling the cold metal of Commander Reeves's M17 service pistol against her right temple. At 31, she was one of only 18 women to complete ncis training and earn the SEAL Trident since the Pentagon lifted gender-based combat restrictions in December 2015. The warehouse smelled of diesel and rust, its fluorescent lights casting harsh shadows across pallets of equipment that weren't supposed to exist. Equipment she'd stumbled upon during a routine inventory check. Outside, she could hear the Pacific waves hitting the shore, the same waves she'd conquered during Hell Week, where instructors had tried to break her body and spirit every single day. They'd failed then. Commander Reeves, with his soft hands and untested courage, didn't understand that threatening someone who'd already died and come back during combat diving operations was pointless. Hey everyone, this is Soldier's Legacy, where we tell true and inspired stories of those who serve and refuse to break. Where are you watching from today? Drop your location below. And if you believe in justice for warriors who protect our freedom, hit subscribe and stand with us. The commander's hand trembled slightly, betraying his fear. He'd never seen combat, never heard bullets crack overhead. Brenvik had spent 8 years earning her place among the world's deadliest operators, carrying the same 100-pound loads through Afghan mountains as her brothers. Thora Brenvik grew up in Kodiak, Alaska. Her mother was a bush pilot, her father a fisherman. The Bering Sea was her first training ground, brutal, cold, unforgiving. At 14, their boat capsized in a storm. She kept her younger brother alive in 40-degree water for 3 hours until rescue came. Her father didn't make it. That night forged her steel. She joined the Navy at 19, searching for discipline and redemption. When she heard that Budis was finally opening to women, she volunteered immediately. Twice rolled back for injuries, she taped her legs and ran anyway. Her mother pinned the trident on her uniform, whispering in Norwegian, "The strongest steel goes through the hottest fire." During deployment in Syria, Brenvik earned her reputation when she dragged 2 men out of a firefight under open fire. Her courage was never questioned again, at least not by those who'd fought beside her. But corruption has no uniform. The confrontation that led to the pistol against her head began 3 weeks earlier when she noticed 30% of their gear missing from records, stolen and marked as training losses. She went through the chain of command and found out the rot went all the way up. Commander Reeves himself was involved. Now here they stood, officer and enlisted, with his weapon drawn. She could hear Special Agent Morales whisper in her earpiece, "Keep him talking, Brenvik. We need him to incriminate himself." The commander sneered, trying to break her resolve with threats about her family. Her brother, who died in Afghanistan, her father lost at sea. That was his last mistake. Outside, the rumble of Humvees drew closer. Inside, the air snapped with tension. "Sign the statement," Reeves hissed. "Nobody believes female SEALs anyway." That's when Brenvik moved. In a blur, she disarmed him, flipped him to the ground, and neutralized both armed contractors before the M17 even stopped ringing. When NCIS stormed the warehouse, she stood calm, weapon cleared, hands raised, wire revealed. "You thought I came alone, Commander," she said coldly. "I'm a SEAL. We never go anywhere without Overwatch." The operation exposed a $3 million theft ring across the Pacific Fleet. Reeves was sentenced to 20 years at Fort Leavenworth. Brenvik received the Navy and Marine Corps Medal for heroism. But what mattered most was the letter she received from a Marine's mother. Her son had died because stolen gear never reached his unit. "Thank you," the letter said, "for making sure no other mother has to feel what I did." Years later, Senior Chief Brenvik teaches close-quarters combat at the Naval Special Warfare Center. When young female candidates arrive, terrified but determined, she tells them about the night a commander put a gun to her head and learned that threatening a SEAL only works if they fear death more than dishonor. On her desk sits her trident photo, her father's compass, and her brother's folded flag, silent reminders that courage isn't about surviving the fire. It's about walking through it and coming out unbreakable. This is Soldier's Legacy, where courage has a name, and every story reminds us why the strongest steel is forged in the hottest fire.